What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I'm going to talk to you about SoundHound. Give you a quick overview of what the hell is happening, go over some of the data points and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is down 3.49% right now, $19.55 the low, $22.85 the high. So it did have a very nice breakout. A lot of big buying coming from big entities, and I think in reality that hype was associated to CES or possibly inverse type of Jim Cramer. Over the weekend, actually I think it happened on Friday, Jim Cramer did state that SoundHound was nothing more than a squeeze play. I completely disagree with him about it being nothing, but at the same time, I do agree that it is a squeeze play. And of course, inverse Jim Cramer, that could have attributed to some buying because there's a lot of ETFs and entities out there do kind of the opposite of him. But regardless, this right here was prompted by shorts, so the pullback. So I'm going to go over that. No official news associated to SoundHound, no SEC filings. There was a tweet that did come out from SoundHound right here, and it just shows that we're excited to showcase our chip voice AI in collaboration with NVIDIA, delivering in-vehicle generative AI responses without the need of or for cloud connectivity. Kind of weird that they're not really quoting Lucid whatsoever, because that's what the in-vehicle is, but essentially it's still good advertising behind the scenes. So as I mentioned in my video, I think I put it out Sunday, Saturday, one of those days, just anticipate a lot of volatility for the foreseeable future with SoundHound. The rest of the week, there's a lot of big data points that's going to be coming out, causing just the market to be very volatile. SoundHound, even excluding that data, is going to be volatile, and that's encumbering more though the technicals and stuff like that. But getting right to it, shorts at the time of doing this video are increasing 789,000 shares. 26% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 85.57 million shares overall are being shorted. So once again, we do have another scenario where shorts attempt at its fullest ability to kill SoundHound's momentum, because like I said, it was starting to break out and then randomly it just dropped like a rock. That rock was brought on by shorts. So you can kind of see based on this teal line, at the peak they were increasing 5.1 million shares. So of course, in case you do not know, by shorts increasing, that adds selling pressure. So pretty much right out the gate, like kind of midway through, they start to increase and they just try and they successfully bring it down. So shorts are a very powerful entity, and whoever is shorting SoundHound does have deep pockets. So you just have to hope for a very good catalyst and good partnerships coming down the pipeline. That in reality is going to be just a natural deterrent against shorts. So once any company in general starts to make more and more money, revenue, that again will hopefully deter shorts. But until that day comes, shorts are going to continue to be a nuisance in SoundHound. And moving over to options though, 34 million in calls, 12 million in puts. 48% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature. And of the options being done, you do see a little bit higher in volume. So Friday there was 41.6 million in total premiums. Today 45.5. So a lot of big money is getting into SoundHound through options as well as through common stock. And so you're seeing a lot of big transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So I think in reality, what is happening in the stock price with it being down doesn't necessarily represent this, because this does show a lot of big transactions legitimately buying. Just one thing that is really affecting SoundHound is algorithmic trading as well as shorts. So in my opinion, I think that's what is causing some disruption. But aside from that, of the call options that are being purchased, you still do see a consensus for it to be around that $55 range. And if anything, there seems to be more optimism now than ever before. So right now you do actually have 22,000 that was purchased today at the $25 strike price. So even though SoundHound is being very, very volatile and down 3.44% right now, you're still seeing a lot of optimism. So if you are part of that group, give yourself a shout out in the comments below. Bears on the downside are anticipating for it to be sub. You kind of have random pockets everywhere, as low as $17, but it looks like the consensus is between 19 and 20. So again, just anticipate a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future. But right now with it at 1992, it is trading between these 2 points, so the pivot and this S1. So 1933 is going to be that next strong support. So far it hasn't been tested today, so just kind of add that to your watch list going forward. But 21.05 and then $22.76 are going to be the following resistance / targets. And it kind of bounced off of this general R1. So going forward, similarly, we know that is going to be a very strong resistance, and maybe where shorts kind of draw their line in the sand where they're going to really double down. So it is going to come down to the technicals. No new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. A lot of articles talking on SoundHound and the potential of what CES might entail. Some I think are also piggybacking off of Jim Cramer, calling it a squeeze play, which in reality, I know some people don't want that, and I get it. Why people wouldn't want that, because as soon as you start to talk on, oh, short squeeze, it kind of memeifies the stock. And then yes, and I'm making up a word, unless that's a real word, memify, but it kind of it disregards your company as business. It just makes it just nothing more than a meme. So I get it that people don't want to hear that it's a squeeze play and stuff. But aside from that, on the actual chart itself, it is below that ALMA, so $20.63 is going to be a key point in the short term, and today would be essentially the third consecutive day below ALMA, so essentially really confirming more of a pullback, regrettably. But then again, we've seen SoundHound go down and then just crazy high, so it's going to be a very volatile ride. Assuming it continues the status quo and just stays flat, then I think that's going to be a fairly good thing. One thing to note though, stochastic RSI, it is still very oversold. So a good piece of news associated to, let's say, CES or something else, you could see a rush of buying, prompting it to really hit that next level up. So let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. I know I covered quite a lot. Kind of the moral of the story is I think SoundHound is making a lot of good progress. You are having shorts really doubling down on SoundHound, and they haven't really budged all that much in the last several months as well throughout this crazy run up. And then as well, on a technical level, just anticipate a lot of volatility. So far this hasn't been touched, that 1333, but you never know what could come. Jolt numbers are coming right around the corner tomorrow, and so that's coming out, I believe, first thing. I'll give you a quick summary of that. So yes, at 9 a.m. So that along with ISM services are going to be some of the hot ones to watch for. Both are first thing in the morning. So let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing with SoundHound? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I've been kind of sharing that quite a lot. And honestly, I've had it for roughly around a month and a half. A lot of the stocks I've been giving buy signals on have been absolute bangers going up. And so definitely worthwhile to go over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.